This is my fully electric 2021 Kia Niro, and over the next few weeks I'll be driving it on a full lap of Australia, passing through some very remote places. The charging won't always be easy, but it should be one incredible journey. Oh my god! And we are off for the day.
Bye, Ceduna.
We're just leaving our motel in Ceduna and letting the bugs out the window. And we're going to stop at some Mackenzie ruins. I'm not sure exactly what, but it's some old building. It's not really a detour, you just have to drive on a slightly different road in the same direction for a while, so we might as well check them out. And then we will be heading towards the Nullarbor Roadhouse. There's a few more sightseeing things I want to stop at along the way to the Nullarbor Roadhouse, and I think we will need to do a brief top-up in Yalata. The charger at the hotel worked great last night. We are on 99% charge now, but it was 100 when I went and got the car this morning from the charger. So the car's estimating 382 kilometres of range, and it should be fairly used to how we're driving now, so that should be fairly accurate. But with a few detours, like maybe out to the whale watching thing, because apparently there's no whales at this time of year, but apparently there's still good views and things there, so we might go there. And we're doing this slight detour, so we might need a brief top up in Yalata just to be safe anyway. So this is really the sort of most significant day, crossing the very remote part, doing the actual Nullarbor plain and all the roadhouses and everything. Ideally would make it to Norseman, but it's 8:09 now, and we'd want to be in Norseman by 6:30 because that's when the last light is there apparently. So even though we do have an hour and a half worth of time zones on our side, we're probably not going to make it to Norseman, but that's fine. We have some spare time tomorrow to make up the rest of the distance to Norseman, so we'll probably end up at Roadhouse somewhere. And I have set up the Starlink in the back. It's working well-ish. I haven't tested it now that we're moving and we're in a slightly different position, but I had it working sitting in the car in the motel car park, and it was better than the motel Wi-Fi. So I think it should be reasonably good, especially once we're out of town and there's nothing much around us to obstruct. And phone reception will probably drop out within half an hour, so it's going to be good to have the Starlink. And we won't have phone reception for the rest of the day then. That won't be an issue. We'll probably see you in 10 minutes at the ruins, or if the ruins are really boring, we might be somewhere else. Yes. Pioneer, 1906, William Mackenzie. Oh, that's deep. Tree, pots and pans, right on the highway here, and the Starlink is working very well. Here's our windmills. quite as pink as I expected. I don't think there's much water in that at all. That's mostly salt.
What does it say here?
We're at a supposedly pink lake. I don't think it's very pink. There's a pinkish hue to some of it, but I think that's all salt. I don't really want to taste it to find out. And then over here is just a fairly normal lake. We've detoured for about 15 minutes or so to what was meant to be on Google Maps a pink lake. It's not the pinkest of pink lakes, but it's been very interesting. The sand dunes around and very salty in the lake, and a very sort of interesting experience driving in here as well. Just sort of almost a sand road and big sand cliffs either side of us. I think this might be meant for four-wheel drives.
Yeah.
Yes, we're the only two-wheel drive car here.
Yeah. And it's a camping spot.
Yeah. Better.
I couldn't get the lid on.
I'll steal if I was you and that here and on.
Lovely.
Oh, we're in the country, Joshua. Oh, you got it on with that.
Please another dame licking and floss me teeth with your two drivers' pubes.
What's the matter with you? I can't even quite get what the matter.
Know what to do, you louse.
Oh, dear.
Your mum's your dad, you mongrel.
We are 3 minutes out from the Yalata Roadhouse and we'll charge there. I'm glad we had the full charge from the motel last night, because with all these detours we've done, we're down to only 52 kilometres of estimated range, and we're on 17% in fact. So we're going to need this charge, and then it's another 100 kilometres to the Nullarbor Roadhouse, where there's a solar powered charger, so that'll be good. So we definitely want to charge there anyway, but we do need to top up a fair bit to even make it to the Nullarbor Roadhouse. So we'll go in here. It's starting to look very Nullarbor-y. There are trees around, but there has been sort of a lot of shrubs and sparseness. charger is under a roof. We haven't had any chargers, I don't think, under a roof so far. That would have been very nice yesterday. Not as big of a deal today. I think we might want to back in. No, we won't want to back in. It's sort of a weirdly laid out, really. I guess.
Oh, it is nice. It gets your car out of the sun.
Yes, having a roof is wonderful. I'm just not sure why the charger's facing that way. Anyway.
Are you going to be able to reach?
Yeah, that's my question. No, we'll keep that on for a second. We'll see how it goes. I'll try and plug in, but I don't know how well it's going to work. Nope. That's not reaching. So...
Did you say this seems to be...
Yes. It's also complicating things because I want to angle it in a way that the Starlink can get satellite reception out of the boot. But we might have to forgo that.
We're just a bit lucky nobody else is...
Yes.
Oh, this was over.
I don't think there's really anyone else around. But if someone else comes, they can do whatever they want on that side.
Yeah. Is it charging?
Yep, third try was the charm.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, it came up to say it stopped charging.
Yes. These new chargers they've put in all through South Australia are pretty good, but on my car at least it seems to fail to charge the first time you plug it in. Like it'll start charging for half a second and then it'll say charging finished as though it's finished charging the car and stop, but then usually you unplug and plug it back in and then it works fine. Charging speed's ramping up extremely slowly. Hopefully we get better than 9 kilowatts. Stuck on 9 kilowatts.
Oh.
We might be here a while. Oh, okay, it's getting better. Just got a lot better as I was walking around. Key's back in vehicle. Yep. It's up to 19 kilowatts now, which is still fairly slow, but that's an actual reasonable speed. We'll probably just get exactly what we need to make it to the Nullarbor Roadhouse. There should be better charging there. Because we're off the power grid now, so the chargers will be more interesting today than they have been. Oh, 21 kilowatts, so it is slowly increasing speed. 25, 26, 27. Yeah, it's getting pretty good. I think we'll just go into the Roadhouse and leave it here for a bit, and it should be fine. So the charging speed here on Yalata is not as good as we have been experiencing when we were on the grid. So we're now sort of off grid. This power must be coming from the Roadhouse somewhere. It's up to 39% now. It's been stuck on 36. I think I've seen it occasionally hit 37 kilowatts, but it's been pretty low. We've got 142 kilometers of estimated range. I think that's about 30 to, yeah, probably only about 30 more than we would actually use. So it's not a huge buffer, but I think we can probably get going quite soon. So we've been plugged in here for 31 minutes and we're only on 43% because the charging speed here hasn't been very good. It says it's a 50 kilowatt charger. The highest we've seen is 37. So it's not the best charger, but we have 43% now. So the flies here, dreadful.
Unbelievable.
And they keep coming in the car.
And they
bite you, yes. It's not just that they're annoying, they bite you. Anyway, we will probably unplug and leave now. We have a decent amount of buffer to make it to the Nullarbor Roadhouse. So I'll go and unplug. The next spot we're going to will be the eastern end of the Nullarbor Plain sign. So then we'll officially be on the Nullarbor. And then we'll go down to the whale watching museum. Even though there aren't whales there, apparently there's still good views. And then we'll go on to the Nullarbor Roadhouse.
And we'll have some lunch.
And we will have lunch at the Nullarbor Roadhouse. It's 12:30 now and we're about an hour from the Roadhouse, so that'll work out fairly well. We've made it to the Nullarbor Plain, eastern end. Closed from the 8th, 9th and 10th of March due to unforeseen circumstances.
We apologise for inconvenience, so it is coming.
Yes, we're the 10th of March. Oh God,
Oh God, they could do with a bit of cleaning up the entry.
Here's the solar powered charger. Over here it's a bit more shady.
Oh, and there's those units, yes.
Yep.
Electric vehicle fast charger.
We are here at the Nullarbor Roadhouse at the solar powered charger, and time to plug in. Unfortunately, one of the chargers already says out of service on the screen, so that's not a great sign. We're down to only this one here, and this is saying only 22 kilowatt speeds, so that's also not fantastic. We'll open the bug covered charging port. And I'm not sure if you have to pay yet. It was free for a while. Plug it in. It says successful. Looks like it's just going to start charging. There's clicks going on. Hasn't started yet. It's making a humming sound. Still haven't started, but there's humming sounds. More clicks, and we're charging. So it's showing 10 kilowatts possible at the moment, and we're getting 9.8, which isn't very good. So we'll hopefully ramp up higher than this. Up to 14 kilowatts now, and the car's on 12%. Oh, 19 kilowatts. So I think it's just going to increase the speed slowly. 24, yes, so it's just speeding up very slowly. So that's very good. We will go inside the Roadhouse and have lunch. And hopefully it goes fairly well. It's now added a whole percent to the car, and we're up to 30 kilowatts and 34 possible now. So it's a very slow ramp up, but it is actually starting to get some decent speeds. I think this is our battery over here that we're pulling power out of, because the solar panels alone aren't actually outputting enough power immediately to power the car, but they've been charging the battery all morning, up to 40 kilowatts now, so that's actually getting very good. Yes, the new one. We've just been into the Roadhouse to buy lunch and there was nowhere good to sit, so we decided to just bring it out with us. But the charging has ramped all the way up to 68 kilowatts, which is pretty close to what my car would get at any charger, so that's actually really impressive. The car's up to 30% now. It's delivered 13.7 kilowatt hours. It's up to 31% now. It's been here for 15 minutes and it's going along very well. I can definitely hear these things making noise, but so far the diesel generator definitely isn't running, and there were reports of this running when it really shouldn't have been running, but I can tell from the sound it's definitely not running. That's its fuel, I guess. So that is very good. This one's still out of service, so if another EV arrived, there'd be a queue. But the one we're using is going along very well. "34 minutes in. Charging speed has dropped to 58 kilowatts, so a little bit slower. It's going down. I don't think the car should have dropped the speed at that point, so maybe the charger, maybe the battery's getting warm or starting to get flat, which might be concerning. That's okay. With 62%, delivered 36 kilowatt hours, and it's been 35 minutes. There is this sticker here that talks about opening and download the NRMA app to charge and pay. I haven't paid, I just plugged in and it seems to work. So I think they're still in free mode. I know they were definitely in free mode for a while, so maybe the sticker's a bit premature. And there's also this card reader thing, which I think you can just tap a regular credit card on, which is good for convenience, but they are definitely planning to charge for them in the future. I don't think they are yet now though. So this is free at the moment. Generator around the back here, and you mightn't be able to tell on the camera anyway, but standing here in person I can tell you it's definitely not running. There's more solar canopy out here, not that it's really shading anything, but it's good to catch the power. The charging here has been going absolutely wonderfully. We are ramped right down to 20 kilowatts now, but we are on 92%, so that's the car's fault really. I assume, yes, looking at the screen on the charger's showing it would be willing to give more than 20 kilowatts of power, so this is all the car wants. And I haven't heard the diesel generator kick on once, so this has all been on solar power, and I haven't paid for it, so far it's all free. I thought they'd started charging for it, but clearly not. Or maybe they switched back to a free mode. But anyway, it's been going along very well here. But I was just looking at sort of unplugging, how much do we need, and pulling up the PlugShare app. The next charging stop was going to be Mundrabilla Roadhouse here. But it's showing 0 of 2 available on both the DC fast charger and the backup AC charger. Someone successfully charged there on the 8th of March, and mostly it's been fairly positive uses of it, but it shows unavailable there. And then I decided to open up the ChargeFox app to confirm, because that charger is on ChargeFox, and it says, yes, port A and port B both faulted. It says here the backup slow charger is available, so you could unlock that and plug into that. But PlugShare said it wasn't, so I'm not sure who to trust there. And even if we do trust ChargeFox, which maybe I would trust ChargeFox more than PlugShare, that's really not ideal using a basically 7 kilowatt charger. So we might be ending the night a bit early. We might be ending the night in Mundrabilla Roadhouse, which isn't ideal. But we're going to let the car charge to basically 100% on this charger here. The next, go back to PlugShare, the next charger beyond Mundrabilla would be Madura Pass Oasis Motel, and there's the traditional options, and there's also this temporary one that runs on waste cooking oil. Oh god, this one says all stations broken. Genset doesn't start, so charger is out of service.
More rubbish gone. What are we up to?
93%.
There.
But get ready for this. The charger after the Mundrabilla one at Madura is also broken.
Oh my god.
So we have to use, we can use a 22 kilowatt charger there, the traditional one.
So that's slow.
Slower. Not as slow as the slow backup ones. But we're getting 16 kilowatts here because the car's so full. It's slowed right down. So 22 isn't ridiculously bad. But I think we'll be having a fairly short day of driving.
Yeah.
But the app could be wrong. We might get there and find it's working.
Yeah.
So we're not charging that much slower now than we would be using the slow backup charger. So maybe we're better off to just go there now and hopefully the faster one's running, and if it's not, it's not. Someone's about to pull in here. We are up to 96%. I don't think you can see that very well. It's not focusing very well. There we go, 96%. We're doing 9 kilowatts, but that's all the car's asking for. This charger has done phenomenally well, really. It's basically pretty much charged perfectly, giving it as much power as the car wanted, all on the solar. So that's been very good. But now we have to unplug, and we'll do the Nullarbor plane with the cliffs and everything, the looking out at the Bight, and then we'll cross the border into Western Australia and get to Mundrabilla, and then we'll see what sort of situation we're dealing with there. But there's not much point in continuing to charge here, so we'll unplug and continue on. So I guess we hit stop and it will stop. We got 59 kilowatt hours in an hour and 22 minutes, 96%. That's really because we charged up so high that it took that long. It's not because the charger was particularly slow or anything. So we have 345 kilometers of range supposedly. So we could almost make it to the next one, but then the next one's not really working anyway.
Yeah, so
but we'll see how we go.
We better top up.
caravan blocking the kangaroo.
Now, can we get a charge here?
No.
No charge here.
Well, we can slowly if we work out something at the back end or something, but there's not a proper charger. But we will sort the orange juice.
Quick breath test, require one long continuous breath. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop, perfect. Quarantine we will be with you shortly.
Okay. Hi.
Good. I'll just get you to shut the engine off or
Oh.
battery off.
Yeah.
Any fresh fruit, vegetables, or honey at all.
We are 8 kilometres from Mundrabilla Roadhouse. So we've driven from the Nullarbor Roadhouse, stopped at the Bight Lookout, looking out over the cliffs. There was very spectacular views, but the cameras probably won't do it justice, but that was very nice in person. And we did stop at 2 other stops along the Nullarbor, similar, but we didn't bother getting out of the car at either of those because it looked pretty similar. And then we saw the big kangaroo, and then we had to go through the quarantine station, so we had to get rid of some orange juice, and someone had to search the car, and I even got breathalyzed. So they sort of do a lot at the Western Australia border village Roadhouse. And then we're now in Western Australia, so the time is now 5:04 p.m. and the South Australia time was 4:49 p.m. Wait, that seems wrong. Which time is correct? I think we're 5 kilometres out from the Roadhouse. We'll see what we can do about charging there, and then I think we need to go inside the Roadhouse and look at a clock.
I know. Yes, we will.
But yes, so we don't have too much to spare actually. So we had no chance of getting anywhere else. We've got 11% battery left, 33 kilometres of estimated range. So it was a bit tight, but we're making it just fine. The detours down the dirt roads to look over the cliffs probably didn't help. And it was being quite windy. But now we have to try and charge at Mundrabilla, where ChargeFox and PlugShare both say that the high-powered charger is out of order. So we'll see if that's correct, and if we can charge there. There's a good chance we can't. And if we can't, hopefully we can use the slow one. And then if we use the slow one, we might end up calling it a night and just staying there, but we'll see. Maybe we can quickly get enough to make it to the next Roadhouse, but I think that's a fair drive as well. So we're really hoping for fast charger to be working. But if neither the fast one nor the slow one are working, we'll definitely be staying the night. We can get a powered campsite and plug in there, but it really won't be ideal, but we can do that. Yeah, so there are several time zones. We go through this little time zone here. There's a little time zone that's a few hundred kilometres that I think we're in now.
I think that 5:07 is Perth time, because my watch is saying 7:07, which is Melbourne time.
Yes, we're thinking. We were working out all the maths based on arriving in Norseman, which Norseman is in Perth time. This Roadhouse will not be in Perth time, so currently we're not in Perth time. Yes, you're right. I don't know why the car's showing Perth time. The car must not recognise the extra little time zone we're currently in.
In 700 metres, the destination is ahead.
And now the moment of truth. I don't even really know where the charger is. There's these giant lips again.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a car already there. It looks like they're using the slow one. Maybe they're staying here overnight though, and they wanted the slow one. Yeah, the screen looks a bit
0.
Screen doesn't look good.
I think he's going to talk to you.
Yeah, he might.
Tell you I've tried it.
Is that working at all?
All the information says it's not working.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe you just ignore the screen and try it.
I was going to do that myself,
Yeah.
but I never did it when I got here.
So you haven't tried then?
No, because I just been there because
Yeah,
that's what I
okay.
did. I've been to Perth, so I'm coming back
Right,
now, and
yep.
I did on the way across, and I just went that way, and so, but
Yeah.
it's worth giving it a go.
Yeah, I'll give it a go.
He's tried.
He hasn't tried. So we're going to be the guinea pig.
Oh, mine is posted.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of space.
Oh.
What's it saying?
It says screen on charge has been damaged, replacement ordered.
Yeah, but it says start.
Yeah,
Hit the
looks
start
like
button,
I
don't you?
can. This looks good.
There you are.
Oh.
You're charging, aren't you?
Oh, I'll check the dashboard. It does. Are we charging?
I can't tell.
Yes,
Yes,
we are
10
charging.
We're charging.
You're charging, are you?
Yes. We're up to 13 kilowatts, so slowly ramping up.
Slowly ramping up.
Yep.
Now you're heading to Perth.
Yes. Yeah, it's 20 kilowatts now,
Okay.
so not great. 29, 28 now, so it is...
Oh, so it's still ramping
Yeah,
up.
I think it's slowly going to keep ramping up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Basically, the screen isn't working, but if you use the ChargeFox app to start the charging session, it will start charging. It's 29 kilowatts, not the 50 it should be, but it is certainly charging at like a reasonable-ish pace. But if you use the app, you can activate it. But there's no phone reception here, unless there's Telstra reception. I'm not sure there's even Telstra reception. So without a Starlink, you probably can't use it at all, possibly not. Unless there's Wi-Fi in the Roadhouse or something.
Where would you try and get to then?
That's the thing. The next charger we would want to get to is also down. He confirmed that it is down. He even tried it.
It's hopeless.
But at that same location, there is a charger of about half the speed, but they charge you $2 per kilowatt hour for using... The screen just went off.
It's been doing that all the time.
Oh, okay. They charge you $2 per kilowatt hour for using it, so it's very overpriced, frankly. But we could possibly use some of that. Or you can pay $30 for a powered campsite and leave the car plugged in all night. Which at that point, maybe we do that. Yes.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to be like another hour's drive away. An hour and 10 minutes drive from here to there. So then it'll be 6:20. So I think we're probably spending the night there anyway.
What is it? What is their place?
Oh, it's Madura Pass Oasis Motel.
Okay, so there's a motel there.
Yes. It's really a roadhouse, I think, but they have a motel attached like the Nullarbor Roadhouse. So that's where we're at right now, and we'll just keep charging at 29 kilowatts, I guess. And we'll see.
It's not really
How we
good
go.
enough, is it? Really, they need to look after
They
it.
need
or
to,
something.
yes. We've just left Mundrabilla Roadhouse. The charging had finally ramped up to about 29 kilowatts after activating it with the app, and that's pretty much what it continued doing. I think we've been here for 47 minutes or something, and now we have enough to... Wait, what? Oh yeah, just that lane threw me. We now have enough to make it to Madura Pass. Sort of, not heaps spare, but enough. So we'll go on there, and we'll probably end up using a powered site there because the proper charger there doesn't work, and the slower DC charger is very overpriced, and we're going to spend the night there anyway. We are 3 minutes from Madura Pass, so we have a motel room booked there but no charging solution, so we're really hoping stuff's still open, so we can sort that out. If not, the car might be waiting until morning, which isn't ideal. We've got 33 kilometres remaining, or 11%. So we did charge up with plenty, but I think 32 is probably about as low of a buffer as you'd want to go here. This one. Yeah.
An oasis. It's called an oasis.
Yes. It's got a lot more trees than we've had for the majority of today. So I guess we're looking for the motel section, but it's usually all in the one thing, really. Yes, it says motel there, so the sort of the brown building. Yes, so I think that is a separate business, and they might only sell ice creams. There's a Peter's fridge.
It could be a night without dinner tonight. Yeah, reception. This is the motel here.
Reception. There's lights on in the reception. Please be there.
Yeah, they're still there.
Okay, let's run in. We have some success. We've checked into our room successfully. Reception was still open. The kitchen is kind of closed, but apparently I have chicken nuggets coming. And I was able to pay for a powered site. I do not know what rolled around in the back there, but anyway. Paid for a powered site, and she said just plug into any powered site. It was $40, it said on PlugShare $30, but I guess it hasn't been adjusted for inflation recently. And then the chicken nuggets weren't cheap. But I think I plug in the other way. I haven't done this before yet, and I'm doing it in a rush because the chicken nuggets are going to be ready. And I'm doing it in the dark. But wish me luck. We have power. It's a 15 amp plug, so I've set it to 15 amps. Clicked immediately. And we're charging without an issue 3.3 kilowatts on 10%, 22 hours till full. I don't know when that will be, but I dare say this will give us enough overnight to make it to the next charger. It's now 8 p.m. I've just eaten some nuggets and chips that cost $16. But that's the Nullarbor, I guess. The car has been charging the whole time. I'm not sure how long it's been. I would say it's been at least half an hour or so since I plugged it in. It must have been more like an hour actually now, because it said 22 hours till full when I plugged it in, and it now says 21 hours. But that's all right. The screen just went away. Oh well. It's charging at 3.3 kilowatts, and it's up to 14%, plugged in at 10%. So you definitely don't want to be waiting around for this. It's very, very slow. But if you're going to have dinner and then go to bed, then get up in the morning, we still won't be full. Let's see, in 21 hours, it'd be 5 p.m. tomorrow. So we definitely aren't going to go till full. But let's say, conservatively, it keeps charging at 3 kilowatts all night. That would be 3 times, I would say 8, let's say at least 9 hours by the time I've had a shower and by the time we get up in the morning. I imagine it'll be more like 10 hours. That should put 27 kilowatt hours into the car. Divide that by 0.64, that should add 42% plus the 14% it's currently on will give us 56% state of charge at least by the time we get going tomorrow. And that will be enough to comfortably get us to the next roadhouse, which I think is only 90-something kilometres away. And we'll have breakfast there, because we didn't really have proper dinner. Because we got here at, I think it was about 7 p.m, and the dining room was shutting then. So you need to be careful doing remote drives like this about when you have dinner. You can't have dinner even slightly later than some people might want to have dinner. And if you are going to, you need to make sure you have food with you in advance, because we're picking scraps out of the car at this point. So we will be hungry for breakfast, so we will stop at the soonest possibility. I mean, I guess we could buy stuff for breakfast here in the morning, but we want to move on and get charging because we have to make up some serious time, because it's currently Monday night and Wednesday 4:55 p.m. my grandmother's flight leaves Perth, and we want to do the nice coastal route where you get to Norseman, then you go down Esperance, Albany, that sort of way, rather than Norseman up to Coolgardie and straight across. So it does add several more hours to the trip that way, but I've never done it, and I've heard it's very nice, so we still want to be able to do that. But it just means we need to make up quite a bit of time tomorrow and hopefully get to at least Esperance. And I also think they really need to work on charger reliability. The guy I spoke to at Mundrabilla Roadhouse, I think he came from Perth just now, going home to Melbourne. So he's been through all the other chargers. He didn't mention any other charging problems, so I think we're good from here on out. But it is just, the charging needs to be better. They need better reliability, but I guess they're working on it and trying. Honestly, the absolute best charge we've had today was the NRMA solar-powered charger at the Nullarbor Roadhouse. People have had mixed experiences with that, but I had pretty much perfect experience. Charged basically as fast as my car would want for basically as long as my car would want. And the generator never kicked on. Yes, it was full sun, but also the charger next to us had a fault. So that's not flawless either. I know that's certainly not flawless. Anyway, I think I'm probably rambling at this point, but we are charging here, so we will set off in the morning with enough power, and then it should be good charging from here on out.